We're going to talk about Boo smacking around the puppy. But first, guys, Anime War Episode 2 did come out last night, so if you haven't watched it yet, make sure you stop by over at my channel and check it out. It turned out really, really well, and thanks to the entire team for putting in a ton of hard work to make that thing a reality. Alright, let's get into Dragon Ball Super Episode 79, Majin Buu vs. Basil. So as we know from Dragon Ball Super Episode 78, we got to see a little bit of Basil fighting, and he is incredibly fast. He is the footwork of the Wolf team, and they continue to fight as basically he's extremely cocky because he's smacking Buu around. It's funny that we see the Kaioshin actually kind of freaking out that Majin Buu could actually be hurt or losing, especially considering all of the history between them in Dragon Ball. We have the Kai Ro, who is talking about the Trio de Dangers, and we get some really awesome artwork of the three wolves, Basil, Lavenda, and Bergamo. I really like these shots, even though they were still frames. They looked almost like painted, and I just thought it was really beautiful artwork, so I wanted to take a moment to appreciate that. Next, we have Goku and company staring, watching the fight, as Majin Buu is just getting completely smacked around by Basil. And he thinks he's so much above Majin Buu, but little does he know who he's messing with, as we see Majin Buu just laughing because he thinks he's playing right now. Even the Omni Kings are taking a notice that Majin Buu is just having fun at this point. So much so that he's even saying, do it again, smack me around some more. At that point, Majin Buu starts a counterattack, throwing a numerous amount of energy balls at Basil, but as we saw before, he's blocking all of them with his legs, and then he flies in for these turbo kicks into Majin Buu's head, which was kind of hilarious. I mean, Majin Buu is literally just putty, and Basil is just taking full advantage of that puttiness and smacking him around like crazy. The Omni Kings absolutely love this fight, which is good because we don't want to disappoint them. We get some interesting information here, and that's that Goku and Gohan cannot sense the ki of the Universe 9 fighters. Now, what I'm curious about is this particular to Universe 9, or is only Universe 6s and 7 the one that you can sense ki from? Maybe all the other universes you can't sense their ki. That could be a unique trait to 6 and 7, so we'll find that out. But right after that, Basil charges up all of his energy, putting it into his feet, which is like his unique special move, and he uses it to kick Majin Buu directly in the nuts. Damn, that's gotta hurt. Next off, we see Basil use his ability Shining Blaster, and he starts kicking out these massive energy balls out of his feet. Very unique and cool. Love this. And then we see Saturn gets hurt, and at this point I think we all realize, oh, Buu is pissed off. And who is like laughing and cheering at this point when Buu has this big hole in his stomach and he's like, hey you, like you've hurt Saturn, like big mistake. Majin Buu gets super pissed that Mr. Saturn is freaking hurt, and it's at this point that everybody who's watching is like, you done effed up, Basil. Like puppy is about to get kicked around big time as Buu clenches his fist, veins pop out of his forehead, steam starts coming out everywhere. He starts screaming at Basil, and Basil is just like scared shitless, so he starts charging up an even more powerful energy attack. We get an awesome scene here with Majin Buu catching it and actually deflecting it up. It heads towards Universe 11, and we find out here that the man in black is Toppo, the guy who was spoiled earlier this week, the mustache guy, the big mustache guy, so it is not the alien guy. So I guess Akira likes to lead us into a certain direction and then switch minor details that throw us off. Everybody thought that Zamasu was going to poison Gowasu in his tea, and they even almost played on that in the show, but then when they got to that, they switch it at like the last moment, and I kind of feel like they did a very similar thing here with Toppo and the man in black. I mean, just about everybody thought that it was going to be the alien guy that Goku's fighting. Now, that could be a reason for Toppo's change in stature. Maybe it was originally supposed to be the alien guy, and they decided they wanted to make it Toppo. They actually wanted to make him the stronger of that team, the strongest. So as you can see here, this is the difference between the old man in black versus the new man in black. And you know, it's curious to me. I'm wondering if maybe they just changed the stature because they thought it was an animation problem. Maybe he just looked too skinny to be Toppo, or if they decided to actually change who the Man in Black was. Maybe they wanted to fool us into getting all hyped up about Alien Guy and then decide, you know, let's make Toppo, who's even stronger than him, be the actual Man in Black. Let's switch it. So that's a possibility, probably one of those two reasons. Okay, so we continue the fight with Majin Buu going up against Basil, and now Majin Buu is pissed, and he starts smacking around the puppy like a ping pong ball with all sorts of funny attacks. I mean, I am laughing and cheering at the same time. I was so excited about this. It was great to see Majin Buu kick some major ass. Now at this point, Puppy asks for a drug, so the Kai throws him a drug that actually gives him a super power boost. And it's not necessarily a transformation. It kind of is a transformation, but it's almost like it's artificial. It's not like a real transformation like a Super Saiyan or something like that. It's like an artificial transformation, which is not as exciting as an activatable transformation. Anyways, Beerus is pissed off because they're cheating. And basically the Grand Prix says, look, if the Omni King allows it, it goes, basically. So anything really goes in this tournament. The fight continues now with Puppy is in rage mode, and then we got some really awesome close-up hand-to-hand combat scenes between Buu and Super Puppy over here. I thought there was spectacular animation. So Buu starts charging up what looks to be a Kamehameha. It's not, but it's his own form of it, and he's basically, the puppy is extremely scared as he's like, what the hell? And Buu launches this just massive energy blast at full power, absolutely blowing Basil away. And at this point, like, I almost felt bad for Basil because, like, look at him. He just gets completely wrecked by Buu's full power. Buu finally decides to stop playing around and uses full power, nuke this guy, and oh my god, did he ever get destroyed. So you see him still standing and kind of laughing, and I'm like, oh, I bet you like his body can't handle the drug. And then boom, yep, his body freaks out. He can't handle that drug, it's artificial, and he loses. So basically, Lavenda is up next. They're like, go kill Gohan with your heart's intent. We get a really awesome close-up of his eye there. I mean, this guy is very sadistic. Now we see Buu eating his rewards. And what the first thing that comes to my mind is like, where in the hell did all this come from? So Mr. Satin is standing there like, hey man, I just gave you all this candy and treats and cakes and stuff. But like, where did he pull it out from? He's got some chips there, some donuts, some AME, looks like a big ham, cakes. There's a boot and an umbrella in there. Like, is Majin Buu gonna eat a boot and an umbrella? Okay, let's continue. I just thought this was particularly funny. Gohan-san takes off his glasses and gets ready for his triumphant return as Lavenda, who seems to be more of a coyote than a wolf just by his laugh and everything, also jumps in and prepares to battle. Overall thoughts on this episode was that it was fantastic. We got excellent animation. We learned a few new details. We actually got to see Majin Buu win a fight for the first time in a very long time. There was both funny and emotional moments in the episode, and it was really good pacing. So this was an excellent episode from Dragon Ball Super. Personally, I really loved it, and I can't wait for episode 80. I'm going to get started on an episode 80 preview video, and I will send that to you guys soon. By the way, this weekend I launched my very own website called DragonBallStuff.com. Come by, visit us, check out all the new anime news, and while you're here, visit the shop. I have a direct contact with manufacturers so that we can get the lowest possible prices on any toys, clothing, backpacks, keychains, Dragon Balls, and other things. Best of all, everything is free shipping. Use code MASTARMedia for 10% off this weekend only. DragonBallStuff.com. Thank you guys for all your love and support. Make sure to show support to the team members who also worked on Anime War. If you wouldn't mind going and subscribing to them, it would do me a huge favor. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll talk to you all soon. Peace.